Hello everyone, this is Jeff from Mid-Atlantic Crack. Well, hello and welcome back to part 5 of what is going to be a 6-part series of why I learned to play the don'ts. This isn't how I play the don'ts, it's why I learned to play the don'ts. We've started with a $300 bankroll, and in the first 4 videos, we are $327 ahead on 12 shooters. Just to recap real quick, in video 1, I lost $13. In video 2, we were an $86 winner. In video 3, we hit the long roll that we were waiting for, and we only went 2 shooters because the length of the video became too long, and we were plus $253 for the 2 shooters in video part 3. And we only wound up a $16 winner in part 4, which truly I made a mistake at the 22-minute mark, and I didn't take my field bet of $15 out. So really we were $1 ahead for the 12 shooters up to that point. So we were really $327 ahead so far. Sounds kind of confusing, but basically we've sat at the table for 12 shooters. That would be an hour, hour and a half maybe at the table. And I've taken probably almost 2 hours to talk about what I'm doing. So once again, this video series is made to why I played it, not how I play it, but why I switched over, and seeing the transition through parts 1 and 4, moving into learning about the come and the don't come is where we're moving in today's video, which we hope to get 3 shooters in, and part 6 will conclude with the end of how I play today, especially with a bigger bankroll. You'll see a bigger bankroll out here now. You're gonna see $500 in the rack over here. I always bought in for 3. Eventually I moved into 4, so I moved into 5. And if you watched any of my other videos, typically I'm a $600 bankroll buy-in. And in this case, we're at 5, and video 6 will be at the $600 bankroll. One of the things I'd like to mention is that my videos aren't made for me to show a win, loss, or break even. My videos are made to show you exactly what happens. I've stated in my videos many times they are not edited. If they are edited, I actually say that in the beginning. I don't stop a video because it didn't go my way to make it go my way. You can see that we've had losses. We've had losses in another series that I did, and I just go ahead and continue to video these. And the only time that I have not shown the video that I recorded was due to a technical difficulty, and I actually mentioned that in parts 2 or 3. I'm not exactly sure. So my purpose of these videos isn't to build my own strategies. I like to test and use other people's strategies and practice those and try them on the dark side as well as light side strategies. So one of the things that I haven't done in the previous videos where we are, because it's taken us a while to get to where we are to feel comfortable with playing just a $25 don't pass bet. You know, the flat bet is important here on the don't, and I would rather have a higher flat bet than I would to put the odds out. And I think I've mentioned that in the previous videos. But you'll see, I'm still going to play the hybrid system. I'm going to bring the come in early to protect against an early 7 out. And then I'm going to rotate typically between 2 comes and 2 DCs depending on how they fall. And hopefully in this video, we're going to do 3 shooters, time permitting, and maybe more if we can get in there. So I've corrected my part 4 video where I had a $15 mistake on not taking the field up, and in that also in that part 4 video, you also saw me hit 4 consecutive 7 come out rolls. And what I had mentioned at one point in the videos is that today when I play, I don't let a shooter burn me any more than twice. What I mean by that, 2 come out 7s or come out 7 and 11, and I'm done with that shooter. I may let him establish a point, and I may play some place bets out there, run the DC, maybe lay some odds on the 4-10. It just all depends. Maybe I won't shoot at all against him. And the same thing goes for if he burns me 2 times on the point. I may not play at all, and I may do the same thing. I just won't put a pass line bet out there after a shooter burns me more than twice. But I will play depending upon what point's established, and I don't have to have a line bet. So with that said, we're already 4 minutes, 5 minutes into this video. So let's get right to the play. So we've upped our play now on this standpoint. We are taking it to the $500 level, and we're going to increase what we're doing down here with the don't bets. Now remember, when I started playing, the table near me was a $15 minimum. So I learned to play on a $15 minimum table. I did not learn to play on a $5 table where I could put a $5 don't bet out or a $10 don't bet out, whatever it may be, and play lower limits. This is how I learned. And this is how I've become, I'm not going to say profitable, because I don't win every time. I don't claim to win every time. I'm still a novice at this game. I don't claim to be an expert. But what I'm doing on the dark side made sense to me, because you're typically betting with the house, and the house has the edge. You get past this don't pass, and you are a favorite. Do you win every time? No, but you are the favorite. So I'm upping my bet to go to 30, and before this video ends, we'll probably be at 50, and in the next part, we'll be at 50, 75, and 100 on the don't. So with this said, we have 30 on the don't pass, and at this level, I still didn't believe in the hedge, and I didn't worry about the hedge, so there's no hedging here. I mentioned it also earlier, and I had a comment in one of my previous videos about the 12 and barring the 12, and I've had a discussion with someone that talks about that's a missed opportunity, and it is a missed opportunity when you don't bet on the 12. And one of the people I'm corresponding with is Greg over at 555s, and he does an excellent video on missing the opportunity on barring the 12. Very good video. I'm not sure of the title of it, but he and I had communicated and talked about several of his videos and about the dark side, because I watched a lot of his videos early on where he plays a lot of low limit dark side, and I really enjoy his videos. So with that said, we're going to do 3 shooters. Guys, there is another full house. How many times have I done this? There is 3s full of 2s. I mean 2s full of 4s, sorry. And we're going to do three shooters, $30 on the don't. We are not going to hedge against it at this level. When we get to the higher levels, especially when we get into the profitability standpoint on the don't, I definitely do hedge, and I take some more chances, and hopefully we'll see that either in this video or the next video. All right, so the dice are out. It's all random shooters. Dice are out. And there's a 5, so we're going to have a point of 5. 5's not a bad number. It's not the ideal number that we like to use with the don'ts, but it certainly is better than the 6 and the 8. But the odds are different on what it pays. So in this case, I'm going to still run that same hybrid system of the 6 and of the iron cross. In this case, it's going to be 6 and the 8 and the field. Now I'm going to run the same level, but you're going to see me as I increase this bet, the difference that I have coverage. And the idea that I get of covering what you have on the don't against what you have in play, because you're waiting for that long roll, comes from watching another YouTuber that I like, and that is Jacob at Wager Me This. Now, I am no means anywhere near an expert with either one of Greg's or Jacob's philosophy and knowledge of the game, nowhere near it. But I like what Jacob does with getting it covered and hopefully getting a couple hits, so you can do many more moves in the game while you're waiting for that long roll. Because if you get the long roll, once you get your money established, you can start regressing and pressing and moving out of the dark side, and then maybe even back into the dark side because the 0.7 out's coming. So I'll stop talking. So we're going to come one more time with this lower bet here on the 6 and the 8 with the minimum table limits. So we're going to have 18 out there, so that's 36. We're going to put 15 in the field. So right there, we have 51, sorry. I'm sorry, my mind is not working. 45, 51, yes. So we have 30 here. So we only really need to cover the 20 here, but here's what I started doing. You saw me put a come bet out here of $15 last time. I learned that that's not enough. So I'm gonna come with a come bet of 25. If I hit one of the points, one of the box numbers, I should say, it's going to move up, and I don't have to press. I'm already pressing with this bet. And no odds at this particular moment time either. I learned to do that a little bit later on. So right now, if the 7 comes on the come out roll, we have everything covered. But I'm still going to put some odds. And I'm going to come back and I'm going to do the same odds I did before, is I'm going to put 30, and that's going to win us 20. So we have 30 and 20 is 50 against 51. And if the come out roll comes on a short roll, we're covered here. If not, we'll exchange the points and you'll see what happens. So we have a point of 5. I'm going to try to roll these pretty fast as I continue to talk. Dice are out. All right, there's a 5, 4, 9. 5, 4, 9. So what happens in this case is we are going to, the come is going to go to the 9, travel to the 9. We're going to get paid 15 on the field bet of 9. And right now I have more in play, so I'm not specifically going to press at this point, but I am going to come one more time with one more come bet, because more times out of less, I see this come bet traveling here where I can trade the chips out, if that makes sense to you. So that was a 9. All right, dice are out. And there's a yo 11. So we're going to win both times on this case. And winning this 11 on the come and the 15 on the field, sometimes I would not leave that come bet out there. I may transition over to a DC. It all depends on how the roll's going. I'm not shooting. This is a random roller. So we're going to leave that come out there, and we're going to put the 25 as a win. It's a 6-5 yo. All right. Dice are out. All right, there's another 9. It's a 6-3, 9. So in this case, we're going to do this quarter would travel up here. We'd get paid a quarter. We've already spent our money on what we allocated in our mind for what we wanted to do to come. So that's going to come down. We would get paid. This would travel. And what do we do with this 50? I mean, we could do a lot with it. We could run another come progression. So far, it's probably what I'm going to do, because that's a $25 win, and I haven't had to press here yet. I could press here, but I haven't yet. And we're also going to get paid the 15 on the 9. Sorry, guys. So once again, although our exposure is now almost completely gone on either side, you can see what we've won running this come progression. All right, so that's another 9. All right, dice are out. And there's a 4-2-6, 4-2-6. All right, so this is in this case, this is what I was hoping was going to happen. This is what I like to see. So this come is going to travel up there. We're going to lose the field. The come's going to travel to there. We're going to get paid $21 on the 18. 21. All right. And that gives us the ability to do several things, because we're not going to leave both of these up. I'm not going to put odds, because I didn't do that in the beginning. I'm going to take this down. And as you see here, I could do a lot of things. In probably a latter part of this video or next video, you'll see that I'll spread out. But in any event, I am going to press the 6 to take it to 24. We have 25. No odds. This is all win. All right, it was a 6. All right. Dice are out. There's another 9, 6-3, 9. We did not have a come progression out, because I typically only run 2 come progressions at any given time. So now with this 9, we're going to get paid that quarter, and it's going to come down. And the last time it was an off and on situation. Now what do? Do we pocket, because both of these were wins, do we pocket them in the rack, go back into bank? What should we do? Well, I also didn't have my 15 up here, which I would have had 15 up there. So let me get paid for that. I know a lot of people are going to say, hey, you didn't do it right. But in any event, it was a mistake of mine, so that's a win. So what are we going to do with this? In this case, since we are already 7 rolls in, that 0.7 out is likely to be coming. I'm going to run one more come progression. I don't need to go to the DC yet. This hasn't turned into a long roll. So we're going to put that quarter down as a win. So out of the 6 rolls, somehow I have 6 up here, but that's not specifically how it is. Probably one of these should have been stacked on each other. We've had almost wins on every one of these wins, and we have either side covered for whether the point of 5 hits or if the 0.7 comes out. Dice are out, and there's aces. Another thing I didn't do in this video, I didn't put up my all tall small, and at this point I was playing $5 on the all tall small, but it's okay. So the aces is going to be a loser here on the come, and I would be done with the come. We're going to lose there, but we are going to win here. We're going to double the bubble. All right, double the bubble, and I am going to press The 6 would now go to 30. All right. Now, I got this other quarter. That was a loss out of here. I'm taking this out of play. Goes into the dealer bank. So now you're probably wondering, this roll at the moment has now gone 7 rolls, getting ready to be the 8th roll, unless I missed something because I thought we were on the 8th roll. It's gone 7 rolls, and what's the average of the, especially on a random roller? You know, we're getting there. So I'm going to take one more roll, and then I'm probably going to put out a DC bet out. Let's see what happens. Dice are out. And there's a 5-2-7. We don't have to worry about it. Okay. So, yes, we do lose this. Okay. Let's take a look at what we lost. All right. There's 50, 60. There's $70. Count the other quarter, $95 out of our pocket. So now, let's take a look at what we are going to win. Okay? What we are going to win is 30 on the flat, 20 on the odds, and all that over there. So just for this one video, the sake of this one first shooter, I'm going to count it all up, and hopefully you'll see what happened on, did I mark the 7? I did. On a average 7 or 8 roll shooter, which would probably be average in my area. I mean, you're playing for the long roll. If you remember in video 2, we had a long roll. We had a 22 or 27 roll, and we won $286 on a $300 bankroll. That's what you're looking for. So this system, this plan that don'ts, keeps your money alive, more money management to keep you playing, waiting for that long roll. And in this case, we got lucky. All right. So there's the 400 that I started in greens. There's the 500 that we started with. And this will be all wins on this shooter. Now at a $30 level, this amount is not bad. It's a $75 win, $76 win. So we're at $476 in our bank at the moment. And that's on shooter 1. I would take a $70 win on every shooter, 10 shooters, you'd be up $760. Does that happen? No, it doesn't, and these chips do not want to cooperate. But that's what happens. So in this next shooter, I'm going to up my don't again to take it to 50, because that's what I would have done with this win. I'm ahead. I learned to play aggressively. So we're going to take the don't up to 50. Still no hedge. Still no hedge on the pass line. Although once again, we could put $1 or $2 out on the 12. But I don't do that all the time. It is a missed opportunity. Okay. So another random roller. Dice are out. All right, there's a hard 10. Perfect. It's exactly what you would want. In this case, it's going to give us some opportunities to move ahead. We already know that we're 76 to the good on the first shooter. So in this case, I'm going to take more odds than single odds, and I would probably take more than double odds, but just for the sake of the video, we'll go 100. Which will pay us 50, so that gives us 100 to play with out here. So in that case, there's 80, there's 100. I'm putting 20 in the field, and some people would say this is chasing money or wasting money, but really it's not, because as long as you're making some hits and pressing your bets and it turns into a long roll, and or you hit the 0.7 out. You know, you're not going to make a lot of money, but you're going to make some money. But you're looking for that long roll. In addition, since I have this much money out here, let's go ahead and come out with a quarter come right off the bat. So we have a hard 10, and I think I put that in as an easy 10. All right, dice are out. And there's a 3. That's bad for the come out. Remember, we're going to put 2 out there, so we're going to lose the come. Now we have $25 more invested into this shooter, which we don't have covered back here. One more come. We're protecting against the early 7. Dice are out. There's an 8. It's a good number. On the 8, it's a loser in the field, but we're going to make 35. we're going to make 35 in on the 8. That's going to travel to the 8. We're going to make. I'm going to do it right this first time, and you'll understand in the future what I mean by shortening up the talk here. So it's a $35 winner. We lost the 20 in the field. I would rotate back and forth between what I did here because this 30 is going to come down. We've already been burnt twice on the come, so we're not going to run another come progression, but I am going to put 15 in the field, and this here is win. All right, it's a $50 winner, and you could say that this $50 covers this $50, but we're sort of still lopsided, and I could add more. I could have come out with greater odds there, but I'm just showing you how I played in the beginning when I started getting a little more brave with my don't bets putting out there on the hedge. Dice are out. And there's a 3-2-5, another place bet winner, and this is where the hybrid system comes into play. We have 25 on it. It's going to pay us 35 minus 15. It's going to be a $20 winner. Okay, $20 winner. Oops, $15 winner. Sorry, guys, it's 15 in the field. 15 in the field. Now we're at $65 on whichever side you want to look at. We have covered. Are we completely covered? No. Have we lowered our exposure for an early point out? Yes. Have we lowered our exposure on the opposite side for this 0.7 outcoming? I believe we have. All right, dice are out. And there's a 4-1-5. There's another 5. So it's going to be another $35 winner. And now I've gotten my 2 hits. $35 winner. Minus the 15 is going to be $20. I'm sorry. Yes, it is a $20 winner, guys. I did play myself wrong last time. I should have had a $20 winner because of the 35. I've tried to correct that. That's a $20 winner. So let's go ahead and press those to 30 and 36, leaving this at 15. Yes, that's correct. I had to think for a second. And now on the bank side, 50, 70, we have $80 over here on the win side. I call that the scales of justice. Dice are out. Yeah, I just cloned that way. There's your 0.7 out. Great, that's perfect. This will show what will happen. So we have a 6-1-7. Show that 6-1-7. Shooter 2. Going to lose all of this. Let's count it up. 75, 90, $106. 106 loss there. And we're going to get paid 50 on the flat and 50 on the odds. So that $106 loss and the 100 we made here washed each other. There's your profit on this shooter. I would take, again, $80 profit. That's 2 profits. We're $150 ahead if we put all this in our bank. Well, with the come out loss, we may not be 150, but we're ahead for 2 shooters. Remember, our goal is going into the casino to make 20 to 30% profit, hit, and get out of the casino before they get an opportunity to take it back. All right, shooter 3, $50, no hedge. $50 and no hedge. Dice are out. There's a 3-1-4, another great number. Now, does this always happen where you get these great numbers to play against the don't side because you like the 4 and the 10? It doesn't always happen. I've sat there 10 or 15 rolls waiting for the 4 to 10 to come out. But we're going to play it. And this time, I'm still going to stay with $100 odds. We're ahead. We're not going to get that brazen. And we're going to play the same philosophy we did before. So there's $85 there. Going to come with 20 in the field. It's 105 against 100. And we're going to put right out with a come. So right on the first roll, we're covered. We're not going to lose any money if this early 0.7 out comes out. Dice are out. And we got burnt on the 4. Perfect. That really works to be able to show what happens here. So we actually got burnt on the 4, which can happen. It's not that you always win on that. The come's going to travel to the 4. We're going to lose this 150. It does take a tremendous hit on us. We're going to make 20 in the field. I'm not going to go to a martingale type situation where I'm going to go up to 75 or 100, although I do that occasionally. So we're right back to normal. If we counted this money up, we'd be real close to our starting bankroll. If we had just been playing the place bets out there at that level, we'd be down 160 and whatever we had on the line. All right, dice are out. Did I enter that as a 7? No, I did not. Let me put the red in there. All right, so dice are out, going on to shooter 4. And we have a 6-2-6. The point is going to be a 6-2-6. The question may come, am I ever on these bets on the come out? Occasionally I do get brave and gamble and turn them on, or turn 1 or 2 of them on. It is what it is. So we've already got one come and 25. So this 30 comes down because we're going to play it here. And although I would like to put more odds than what we have out there as 30, because we're going to win 50 and 25 is going to give us 75. We have 80 right there, guys. 80 and 20 is 105. One more come progression. Okay. Now, I have actually not kept track in my mind. I typically would, because I'm trying to do everything with entering the numbers in the roll tracker and make sure my stream is still staying well and play the game. I think we're probably $25 below where I think in my mind we are, because we had that come out low horn number. All right, dice are out. There's a 639. So a 639 is going to have this come travel to the 9. That's our 2 comes. That's all. That's what we afford in our mind and in our bankroll to play. So 639. That was a 9, guys. It rolled. Sorry. And we're going to get paid 20 in the field. Going back to our early philosophy, we're going to press 36 and 30. So in the win side over here, we now have $30, $80, $100 against what we have out here now. Yes, that's more than 100, but we've limited our exposure on our loss for whichever way it goes. Whether it's an early 0.7 out or we hit the point before we get into a longer roll, above average roll. Dice are out. There's a ace deuce 3. That's going to be a field winner. Ace deuce 3. And with the field winner, what did we do in the past? We have our 2 hits. I always press with the 2 hits in the place box anytime I won the field. Shoot, that's a $20 winner. I forgot I had 20 in the field. We're going to press. So what are we pressing? The 5 and the 8. All right. 42 on the 8, 35 on the 9. And we are still in the still in the field. So you can see that, yes, we're pressing, yes, we're increasing the exposure, but we're also lowering it very slowly on this side. I'm just checking my stream, guys. I've had some recording issues, and I have a new gaming computer coming with a fantastic video card. I fixed my roll tracker color problem that I had thanks to Troy at 0.7 out with his help. Dice are out. There's a 415. All right, so this takes us into, what's this, the 4th roll or the 5th roll? All right, this is the 4th roll. And we've won on every roll. Somehow it doesn't seem right. Did I forget a number? I may have forgotten the number. I'm not worried about it at the moment. We're going to pay the 5. We have 35 on the 5. That's going to pay us 49. So we're going to just pull 1 out of here and get paid 50. Okay, now let's think about, we're going to lose this 20. Let's think about what we're doing here. There's $1 comes off for the 50 for 1. With this progression that we have right now, we need to decide, are we going to roll, since we're still early in the roll and below it, are we going to come back out here with this 50? Are we going to press? I like making the 50 and banking the 50. So 50, 60, 70, we have $90 on this side against the 135 up there and the 80 down here. Okay, so I'm going to lower my field bet, and I'll probably stop playing this field depending upon what happens on this roll. All right, dice are out. There's a 10. So it's again, it's a field winner, so I'm going to stay in the field. It's going to be a $15 winner. What do we do on the field? Yep, we're going to press. Borrow $1 here. That's going to take that to 54. It's going to take that to 40. And since I won on the field, I stay in the field. I could take that $15 down and lower the exposure out there by 15, but we hit it again. All right, so dice are out. And there's your 0.7 out. Right on cue, roll number 6. Could be roll number 7. I may have forgotten to put a number in a roll tracker. But there's a 0.7 out. All right, now you're thinking, well, Jeff, you pressed this and you had this money out there. Well, yeah, I did. You're right. I could have regressed. I could have turned it down. I could have done whatever. But we were still early in the roll. I hadn't moved into my DC. Had I moved into my DC on that roll, I would have lost. Had I moved into DC in the time before that, the DC would have traveled to the 5. The 5 would have came down. That would have saved me $35, and I would have made 25 more. You'll see that in the next roller. Okay, so we're going to lose $154. Let's see what we made on this shooter. All right. 50 on the flat, 20 on the odds. All right. Now, if we only had place bets up there in the pass line, I don't know that you would have pressed that high, but let's just say you had, 110 inside and a pass line bet of minimum 15. You would have lost that 135 and been out the 135. Yes, we lost the 154, but let's take a look at what we made. There's 100. There's 150. Oops, sorry. 150. 165. Okay, so we only made $14 on that shooter. But we did it without losing the inside place numbers or place bets or your pass line bets. We did that. So we didn't lose on the light side. That's the part I've been trying to explain in these videos. And if we come back and take a look at what we have in our rack, let's just take a look real quick. Oops, sorry. 3, 4, 5. We're almost we're even. Instead of being down 110, 75 on the previous one, and 75 on the previous one, we're not down $300. Let's take this don't up to 75. All right, so we moved the don't up to 75 on this shooter. This will be the last shooter in this series, and hopefully you'll understand more on the lines of how I play. Sorry about that, guys. My dog came into the room and she wants to get in the game. Dice are out. All right, there's aces. Aces. Make sure you see the aces. That's a good number. That's what I meant earlier in the video in my intro when I talked about a bigger don't. It's going to win a 75. All right, that doesn't always happen because, you have 7 chances to lose here and 3 chances to win. That just happened to be one of the times that we were able to do that. Plus, if we were playing the all tall small, we just now hit one of the hardest numbers to get on the all tall small. All right, we're coming out. There's a 4. Now, I'm surprised that the 4 came, but as a don't player, if this was live play, I would actually really like that number because once again, I am going to play the way that I've been playing this hybrid system, 75. With a higher bet out here, I don't have to go 2 times odds. I won't go 150. We'll still probably go 100. If I went 80, we could do that, but we'll go 100 on the odds. So that gives us 75 and 50 gives us 125 to play in whatever progression we want. Plus, we want to put a quarter here, so really we're going to have 150 to play. So in this case, we could go 110 inside and skip the field. Let's do that this time. We'll skip the field. We'll play the 110 inside. That way we won't be wasting or throwing this money away that's not hitting. We'll play 110 inside and come with a come progression. We have 110 against 150. I hope that makes sense. 110 against 150. All right, dice are out. We got hit on the 4. Remember, we've already got hit on the 4 once before and came out even again. So this would be a bad day for the don't player. because we got hit on two of the favorite numbers that we like. So we're going to lose this money. Yep. Are we going to go backwards? Yeah, we're going backwards. I'm still not worried. The come will travel to the 4. The 110 I'm going to leave out there. It'll be off. And I have 75 more left in green. I'm going to play the 75, and we're going to be coming out. Now, that's the first time that that shooter burnt me, okay? Dice are out, and there's an easy 6, okay? An easy 6. I mean, a hard 6, sorry, hard 6. So what we're going to do with this one, the 30 will come down. The puck will go up. We'll stay with what we have. We have 110 out there, not inside, but we have 110 in play. We are going to come back with 100 in odds. I'm going to color this up. That's 100 in red. So we're going to have 100 in odds. I am not going to play in the field. I'm going to come with my come progression. It's going to be my second come progression. If you take a look out here, look at our bank. We were even, we were down, we were even, we were down, and now we have an opportunity. Let's see what happens with this one. So we have a hard 6. All right, dice are out. There's a 10. It's going to travel to the 10. Now we have our comes on the worst possible numbers that we could have the come bet on. The very worst possible numbers. Absolutely the worst possible. We didn't make anything on that roll. So I'm going to get one more quarter. Okay, taking the 25 out, I'm going to get a quarter, and I'm going to run a DC. I want to get better prepared for the 0.7 out. All right, dice are out. And there's a 10. Okay, so here's what's going to happen. We're going to get paid on the 10. That DC, that come's going to come down, and the DC is going to go back to where I would like to see it. Now I'm going to take odds. Look at my roll. Look at my bankroll over here, guys. I'm going to take odds. I don't have a lot to play with unless I reach into my pocket. I'm going to get 100 in odds against that 10. So we're going to put 100 in odds against that 10. I got to reach. Sorry, that's why I used the stick. So that was a 10, back-to-back easy 10s. So we had to come, move into the 10, get paid on the 10. Now we're pretty set up because now we're looking for the 0.7 out, but we would like to hit a couple of the box numbers with the exception of the point. Dice are out. And there's an 8. Perfect, perfect. There's an 8. Let's watch what happens with this. Now we're going to get paid $35. Going to get paid $35. Guess what we're going to do? Watch this, guys. Remember, we had all our money in play. Now coming down, and we are going to go back to the iron cross. Oops, I was getting ready to take money out of the wrong stack. So I need $51. Well, no, I don't. All right, let's get some reds and some whites. All right. Perfect. This is working out perfect. I couldn't have asked for something better. All right, there's 25. There's 50. Going to move back into the iron cross for a couple shots before we probably turn our bets off because we want to win on this. We may even increase the odds on the 10. We may if it's bad because that 4 is a contract bet. It's now on the 6. You know, if I had more money, it's hard to tell what we could do there. Hope this is our money. All right, so we've recovered some of our exposure out here on the light side because we've been hit on the dark side. So when the 7 comes, we won't lose as much. I do want to come for the first roll with 15 in the field because I am going to run the iron cross. All right, dice are out. 426. 426. That really hurts. Hurts bad. Hurts really bad. 75 on the 100. I probably had the wrong odds out there. That is going to really be bad. And I'm sounding like that because it really is bad for us. But this is what can happen. I'm still in the game, guys. I'm not reaching in my pocket. I'm going to get paid the 15 on the 10. I'm going to come out here with the 75 on the don't again. You know, and somebody's going to put in the comments, why didn't you just concede and walk out? That's the 75. Let me get a green. And well, because I'm still here in the casino. I'm below my stop loss, which I don't know that I've mentioned yet, which is half of my bankroll. But if you look what's out in play on the table, 125, 75 is 200, 250, 275, close to 300. And we started with a $500 bankroll. So my stop loss would be 250. All right, the point of 6 is off. We hit the point. All right, dice are out. There's an 8. No problem. We're going to rotate the same thing around. Going to come over with the 8. I do want to put odds against the 75. I don't have enough. How about that? It's going to be okay. So what we will do, that's going to be 30. 30 in odds, 15 in the field. And that's a hard 8. The point becomes a hard 8. All right. Probably not a good day for the don't player, but we're still here. We're still in it. Dice are out. There's a 3. So field winner 3. Even at this point, if we came out even to a little bit ahead, it's 30, 45. Oh, we'll wait one more time. It would be a win for us because we didn't lose the money we went in the casino with. On the light side, we would be close to broke. All right, dice are out. And there's your 0.7 out. All right, so let's watch what happens. Okay, so we lose this 51, so 48 actually, sorry. We lose the 48. We got 30, he's gonna pay us 20. All right, so 75 on the flat, 20 on the odds. Oh, we're gonna lose this tier, so we gotta add 25 more to the loss. All right, and we're gonna win 25 on the flat, on the 10, on the late, on the 10 DC, and 50 on the odds back there. So let's bring all this in and watch this stack grow, not back to where it was, but not as down as much as it was. 350, 450, 462 out of 500. 462 out of 500. $48 down after all that crap. $48. And if you don't understand what I've done here, yes, I haven't made any money yet, but I also haven't lost only $48 on the dark side, playing the dark side. Now, that's a mix of a hybrid. You saw me actually regress and come down. You've seen the DC. So because this video seems to be going longer than I want it to, but it's going the way I want it to go because I want to show that you can get hit and smashed and continue, we're going to go on to the next shooter, which I believe will be shooter number 6. In this case, let's take this up to 100 on the don't. No, I'm not chasing. I'm getting to where I play. I typically play 75 to 100 on the don't. Typically, I would hedge that. I'm going to roll the dice and gamble and say that I'm going to take a chance here. All right, dice are out. And there's a 639. So if I had put $15 out to hop the reds to win 75, I would have lost that 15. Now, I do that. Don't get me wrong, I do that. The point's going to be 9. Now, with these odds, we got 75 out there. Let's go, let's gamble. Let's go 90 to win 60. So that's 160 we have to play with. 60, 120, 145, 165, and a come progression. Look at our bank again, guys. Look, I have 160 coverage here, 165 up there. It only takes on the early come out. That actually goes from 160 to 185 win against the 110, 135, 45, 50. I said 160. Didn't think that sounded right. All right, so 9's a new point. Dice are out. And there's a 4, Boy, those 4s have been coming. I'm glad I'm not on that with a lay. It's going to pay us 20 in the field. The bad thing is that my come is going to move to the 4. One of the worst numbers for the 4. I can't do anything about it. It's a contract bet. I'm going to get paid 20 on the field. There's no need to press. We have enough out there. There's no need to press. One more time with the come. Oops. Dice are out. There's another 4, hard 4. That's unbelievable that we're going to get paid on this. This is going to be what they call an off and on. This is going to travel up there. I'm going to get paid on that. So that's going to be a win. We're going to leave the come out there because we're trying to establish a second come. Now in this case, I've spent my $25 I have planned in my head on comes, but we're here to gamble and we need to at least recover our money that we're down and to show you that the power of the don't can work towards that. We need to get at least one hit now on the 5, 6, or 8. We need to at least get one hit. That was a 4. I don't think I paid myself on the $20 in the field. I don't think I did. I know I didn't because the quarter's out there. All right, second hit. All right, dice are out. There's a 5, 1, 6. Perfect, exactly what I wanted to show here, exactly what happens. Okay, now this is going to travel to the 6. We've got 50 on it, it's going to pay us 70. It's going to pay us 70, Jeff. Grab the right chips. So it's going to pay us 70. Now think about how much we were down, how much we have over here. So with this 70 on that hit, and we're going to take this 70 down, it goes back into our bankroll. We're going to lose the field for 20. We have our 2 comes established. We need to regress. Now, where I want to regress is to table minimums, but I also want to make some money. So for a couple hits, we're going to do it this way. We're going to take the 5 and the 8 down to 25 and 30. We're going to take this 25 and run it through the DC. Nothing on the field. This is our money here. All right. Perfect. This is working out perfect. I'm glad I went the extra shooters. Glad I went the extra shooters. All right. Dice are out. And there is a yo. Doesn't hurt us, doesn't help us. I would have liked to have been in the field, could have made some more money, but I chose not to. The DC is going to lose on the yo, so that's $25 down. We're not going to come back up on the DC at the moment. So we did lose money on that shot. Sorry, guys. Let's see what we can do here. Dice are out. And there's a 5. That's perfect. Perfect. A 5 is going to pay us 35. All right, so the 35 comes out. 35. There's a 35. Now, we have 110 out there against 190 will win us 60. So we have 160 out here. We can do several things. And for the sake of the video and this trying to get in what I would do, here's what I would do. So we're going to take our wins. I still want to win on the place bets. This, see, that was a win of 35. That comes over here. This goes back into our bank. I would want to at least come up with the minimum table on the 5 and the 8. Okay, so we have 15 and 18. Did I enter the 5? I did. And we got to start thinking about reducing this here. We could take it all down if we wanted to, because there's 190 right here. 190, 290, 250, 280, 300, 435. Look how close we came back to the starting. But we want to win on this. So let's see what happens here before we turn the bets off or reduce our exposure. All right, dice are out. And there's aces. Aces don't help us. It doesn't hurt us. It would have helped if we were in the DC. We would have won money. So because that came, I'm not going to go back in with the DC. The don't come would have paid us on that one. We would have had a quarter on it. All right? Because I'm eventually going to do that again. Dice are out. And there's the 0.7 out. Perfect. Perfect. All right. So, yep, we're going to lose this. Okay? 75, 80, $82 plus whatever we lost elsewhere in the roll. And here's what we're going to get paid. We got one. It's going to pay us 60. All right. So we get 100 on the don't, and we get 60 on the odds for the 90. All right, think about this, guys. We almost had all of our money in play. You can see what we won on this shooter. So 160 there, 160. Let's just go ahead and do this. There's 150, there's 250, 350, 380. Now let's put it all together. I may not go another shooter because this might be all I need to do in this video, is to be able to show you that what hit we took and how much trouble we had with hitting points and getting hit on the 4 twice. Let's see what we have here. Oops, sorry guys, I stacked them out in 5s. Maybe I'll do it this way just to be able to show it. Guess what, guys? There is our starting bankroll. We were in with $15 or $20 left in the rack with money on the table. Here's our profit. Is it a lot? No. It is a $120 win. A $120 win playing the don'ts. If we'd have been playing the light side only, we would have never made it to this shooter playing that way, playing at this level. Yes, you might have did some different bets, so forth and so on. I incorporated the DC. It only helped me one time, and that was on the 10. I incorporated the come all the time and got paid on 3 out of the 5 we got paid. Or maybe it was close enough. But as you see here, there's our starting money, and we still come out a winner even after the 5 shooters. 5 shooters, 45 minutes in the casino, a $95 win. I will take that. Guys, we're going to move into part 6 next time, playing bigger don'ts and playing just a little bit differently, mixing the 110 even higher inside, going 96 across, or the equivalent with the point established, moving out of the field into the come and playing this rotation. I hope this makes better sense to you. I hope you understand what took place in this roll. To take the hits that we did and to be ahead, not out, that's the power of the don't. Did I win a lot of money today? No. Did we have a long roll? No. We had 5 shooters, 40 total rolls. Just think about that, 40 total rolls. We had 6.7 outs, and we had no come out 7s this time. That's what helped us here. We were able to recover. We hit every number but the 12 this time. Every number but the 12 was hit. Think about that. With that said, guys, I'm going to move into part 6, and we're going to up the way that I play now in the next video. And I think it'll make sense that you may not always win a lot, but you're going to be real close to what you started with, and that's what I call money management. You're not losing playing the light side only. If you don't see the concept of playing all of the bets, the light, the dark side, switching from one to the other, then you're missing the part of the game. We haven't even moved into covering some of the prop stuff. So with that said, guys, I'm going to go ahead and end this video. It's pushing past 50 minutes. If you stayed to the end, I appreciate it. I hope this makes sense to you from parts 1 through 4 that seemed to be a little slow, and now you see where we've progressed to even bigger bets to keep our bankroll, starting bankroll where it was. Guys, I appreciate it. Till next time, this is Jeff from Mid-Atlantic Craps. Be safe and play smart.